Welcome to Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm Josh Coan.
I'm Carter Burquest.
Today we were talking about the Minnesota Twins. They had probably a much better season than most of us expected. Made the playoffs, but lost to the Yankees. Surprise once again. So what do the Twins need to do in this offseason to take that next step? They got back to the playoffs, that was good, but to maybe make a step and actually win when they get there?
Yeah, I mean, this year was a phenomenal success, I think. To make the playoffs after what we had to deal with last year was huge. And I think our young guys really started to take a big step forward. We need to upgrade three things: pitching, and more pitching. Defensively, we looked great last year. Offensively, we had one of the best offenses in baseball towards the end of the year. Buxton was phenomenal, winning all types of defensive awards. Even did it without Sano, who was hurt the back half of last year. And I think we'll only get better if you can just cut down on the strikeouts a little bit. But I do think you have an offense that can really compete moving forward. You have two fairly competent pitchers in Irving Santana and Berrios. Berrios being a guy that can be an ace. But beyond that, you know, they're kind of all iffy. Mejia maybe okay, maybe a back end of the rotation starter, but you do need to add some more starting pitching, and then you really need to fill out that bullpen. There's just not a whole lot there to really get you excited. So that being said, really pitching is going to be huge. If you can upgrade that, I think we have a really good chance to take the next step. I'm
going to defer to you a little bit. I think you have a lot more baseball knowledge than I do. I don't watch the Twins nearly as closely or know baseball as well as you, so I'll defer to you a little bit on that. But obviously I'm in agreement that pitching is the main priority. I think we're going to get better just because we have a lot of young guys that will continue to get better, like Buxton and Sano. But I feel like with the Twins, it's a broken record every single offseason. Will they spend the money that they need to spend to improve this team? I think, yeah, you got to go out and find gems and find hidden players that maybe aren't expected, but you know in baseball that you're going to have to spend money to get good pitchers. Like you said, we have two pitchers. We don't need some guy at the back of our rotation. We need somebody that can come in and be towards the front, if not our ace, at least our two or three guys, and that's not going to be cheap. So if you're telling me they're going to spend the money to do it, then I would say yes, pitching, but I just don't trust the Twins to actually go spend the money on that. And I expect them to get a little bit better. They were a lot better than I expected this year. So now what do they do with the expectations of, okay, you showed us that you can make the playoffs. What are they going to do with those expectations next year?
For real, for sure. And yeah, I think it's one of those things that if you either go out and spend the money big time on a big time ace type pitcher that's out there, which there's, you know, a few guys out there, but none that I'm really in love with and would love to really overpay for. But if you don't do that, one thing I think you can really do is go the route of the Kansas City Royals 2015, or some of these teams like the Yankees that just build a dynamite bullpen. You can tend to do that cheaper than going out and overpaying for a starting pitcher. Build a dynamite bullpen, shorten the game, make it a 5-inning game, and be able to hand over to your bullpen after 5 innings. I think that would be huge if you're not going to go and spend the money on the starting pitching. I do think with the new regime, I really do trust them a lot more than the last regime to find the right guys, and I think they will have a little bit more freedom to spend. So with that being said, I don't think we have enough money to go out and buy pitching and a bullpen, so really pick one. If you're going to do a starting pitcher, do it big. If not, let's really build that bullpen, and hopefully once Mauer's contract comes off next year, we can go and buy that starting pitcher as well.
Yeah, you were saying that you trust this new regime, but didn't the Twins win this year with all of the old guys? What gives you confidence in this new regime?
Just the fact that it's a whole new system. They got new guys in there, new coaches, new farm system to really change the thinking of the way that we've done things in the past. The Twins have kind of done it the same way for the past 15 years, and it worked in the early 2000s, and it's really gotten old. Baseball's evolved, and they're the ones that have evolved with it, while the Twins haven't. And I trust that this new regime is being able to use a lot more of the stats and analytics that we see in the game today to really help us make the right decisions moving forward.
All right, if you say we should trust them, then I'm going to trust them. Let's build this thing. Let's be better next year. Let's make a run in the playoffs, I guess.
Let's do it.
All right, let us know what you guys think. What do the Twins need to do to go deeper in the playoffs or win a game in the playoffs even next year? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.